Okay. Okay. TOR, right. So we'll see TOR transfer of requirements now, and I'll just explain you the process also how it goes on. Say TOR. See, like TOR is the process of transferring the sales order requirement to MRP. This material requirement planning. And whenever we create an order, say whenever we create an order, so the TOR would be taken place and it will hit MRP. So MRP controller will run MRP. When it hit MRP, they will run MRP. Okay, that's MD01 or MD02. Okay, so when you run MRP, what happens is system checks the stock of finished goods. Stock of FERT. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's available, the stock is available, so order would be confirmed, and it will the delivery, next is invoice, and the standard OTC process.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the one another MRP what I'm talking about, like earlier we discussed. It will update in MD04 this thing. Okay, so this is one, and at the same time when we create an order and MRP has been transferred and MRP they are on MRP, and the stock of finished goods is not available. Okay, say FERT is not available. Okay, the system checks for raw material here. So system checks for raw material. So if raw material is available, okay, what they will do is they will start production. Okay, and production will get finished goods. Got this?
Yeah.
Suppose say if the raw material is not available, then they will raise PR, PO, and vendor will deliver the raw material. So they'll raw material, vendor will deliver raw material. From this they start production and they make the finished goods ready for sale.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the TOR process, actually how it takes when stock is available and when stock is not available. So whenever we create a sales order, first system determines requirement type, which we have seen, and requirement type will help to determine the requirement class, and requirement class actually controls how to transfer the sales order requirement to MRP. Okay, so to transfer the requirements, as we discussed, requirement class will transfer the requirements to MRP. So we have certain prerequisites for transferring of requirements. First we need to activate those prerequisites. That we already done. That is, in availability, in schedule and category we need to check availability and requirement, and in requirement class we need to check the availability and requirement. Okay, and the requirement should be determined into sales document. Then only we can determine the requirement class, and requirement class can be transferred the requirement MRP. Okay.
Okay.
So already we know that how the criteria to determine the requirement type. It is strategy group, MRP group, and item category plus MRP type or FERT, material type.
Okay.
Okay. And like TOR is an integration between SD, MM, PP, and FICO also here.
Oh.
It's a very big integration. Okay. So we'll just see the configuration. So first we need to determine the requirement type, right? Requirement type should be determined into the document. So we will assign here the requirement type and requirement class. This is the mapping. So you create requirement class here, and for that first actually it's in this position, but this is the first step actually when we do the configuration. Here we are integrating, like we are linking both requirement type and requirement class, so that whenever a requirement type is determined into sales document, this can call this requirement class. Okay. And in this requirement class we check the availability. This is one prerequisite already which we discussed, availability check and requirement. This thing, there are a lot, I never even used it or seen it. Okay. Our interest would be only this list 2. And see, in the real time actually we will be using the standard requirements itself, and we will not be changing it because SAP has delivered enough requirement types and class which can be used by standard. To even have a custom user defined requirement types or requirement classes.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, like we will not change or alter or create a new requirement class or requirement type in real time. Okay, why? Because you see here SAP has delivered enough for us to use, and never, yeah, whatever you want to see. If you want an individual custom order, that is IPO, you will select this. If it is make to order, you will select this. Okay, if you want delivery, we will select some other. So maximum is we have enough here, and never you will get a requirement saying that you need to define some new requirement type or new requirement class. Okay. Like you see this where it is requirement class 040. You see this special stock indicator E. Yeah, we have some configurations here. I was telling you there was some CO configuration. This is the CO configuration. You see this? Account assignment E and the special stock indicator E, but these are not that important for us actually, but only the special stock indicator is important for us. You know where this field we have seen earlier? Consignment has a special stock indicator, that is W, but where this field is there? I'll just show you. You are missing the correlations.
Yeah.
you see special stock
Yeah.
and the same special stock here. And what does special stock E tells? We have W and E, only two actually we'll use. E is orders in hand. Orders in hand means it is can be an IPO or a make to order. Or W is consignments. Okay, so what it will do is in requirement class we already have the special stock indicator E. Okay, and special stock indicator this E, what it will do is in 040 requirement class, that whenever we manufacture a goods in either make to order process, so that the stock will be reserved to that particular sales order. Why? Because of that sales order only we are manufacturing these goods. So we will reserve the stock to the particular sales order and we will not push these goods into the unrestricted stock. Okay, so this is requirement class, this where it controls. And you have this requirement, yeah. Okay, this is in make to order process, and actually we will discuss this more in when it comes to the make to order process or IPO process. Well, because we have requirement class two places. One is in requirement class and one is in item category. Both has different meaning for it actually and different roles in generally. Yes, for the special stock. One controls when we do MyGo, that stock should be added only to the sales order stock. And the requirement class special stock says that whenever you manufacture the goods, that this stock will be reserved only for the particular sales order. There is two rules for this two special stock indicator E. We are finding it in two places means we have two different reasons for it. Okay, and we see this account assignment category E. You remember this earlier also we have seen certain places account assignment category. This is in but this is in there where, yeah, this is in CS, I guess, that schedule line. Schedule line VO V6, right? Don't worry, you'll learn all the things. When you learn first time it will be like this itself. You see this? So this is what the same it talks there, but even though it has two different purposes, like say if it is a make to order, so this what this requirement like this controls is when we manufacture the goods, system will not generate the inventory accounting document. Why? Because the cost of the goods is directly assigned to the sales order who placed the order. Earlier we have reserved the stock to particular sales order, and here what it will do is it will not generate any accounting document. Why? Because the cost of the goods is already assigned to that particular sales order. Okay. And normally inventory accounting document generates at three places in the process. That is one at delivery. That is like when we do PGA, we have one accounting document generated. That is cost of goods sold account debit to inventory account credit. And the second is when we manufacture the goods. That is inventory accounting document. There it says inventory account debit to cost of the goods manufactured account credit. Cost of manufactured account. Okay. And one another is when we do MyGo. That is goods receipt. Okay. that says like inventory account debit to cost of goods procured account credit. Okay, so this account assignment category E, you see this account assignment category E in KEB requirement class. KEB requirement class is nothing but make to order. Okay, so what this controls is whenever we do MIGO in this IPO process, system will not generate inventory accounting document and the cost of goods will be directly assigned to that particular sales order number. Okay, but there is a small conflict here. We have even M also here. M, you see this M? What happens is, as we don't have a CO configuration here, if we go with standard E, we will be getting some errors in EHP 5, EHP 7 or 6. EHP 5, I guess it works perfectly. Okay, but for us, if you can remember this, that is much more than enough. Okay, and see, if anyone asks you like is there any integration for SD with CO, that is this. Okay, so well, because people only think SD is integrated with FI and MM and little PP, but we have CO configuration also here. Okay, so we have requirement class. Okay, so the next is determination of requirement type using the transaction. Like this configuration, like what we can do is we can define requirement type based on the item category and requirement type. Okay, so here we will assign MRP type, that is planning or not planning, and yeah, no, this is only for the transaction. This is only for the transaction. In which transaction? That is suppose a TAN is nothing but general, right? We have third party, we have IPO, we have MTO. Okay, and always this requirement type is determined based on a strategy group and MRP group in the PP configuration actually. Which one? That we will maintain in the middle master. Yeah, like this configuration tells that like here we can define the requirement type on item category and MRP type. Yeah, this is one determination which will help to define the requirement type. What the 5-step process? No, see, it is only prerequisite. Okay, what you're telling is requirement type is if it don't find the strategy group, then it will look to the next one to determine the requirement type. It will not look all the things at the same time. Okay, in the third option, what is it is item category plus MRP type, right?
Okay.
So that's what we are seeing here. This is item category and this is MRP type, which will help to determine the requirement type. Yes. Yes, same things. Well, because see, requirement class KL is nothing but standard order. That is, we can confirm the quantity and immediately deliver. But this item category plus this MRP type, if it is determining a requirement type for make to order process or IPO process, there will not have a schedule line. So this helps actually to determine scheduler and both MRP type. This is the third option actually. If system could not find the first strategy group and MRP group, then it will come to this determination and it will check the MRP type. Okay. You see this this field, origin of requirement. Like say if client requirement is like system should give first preference to this. See, we have three things, right? First is strategy group, MRP group, and item category plus MRP type. But my requirement is item category plus MRP type should be the first preference of the choice to determine MRP requirement type. Then what I'll do is we can select this one here for our requirement type. Suppose say my item category is TAM and my requirement type is it's either planning, ND or PD, whatever it is. Okay. For this I'll maintain one here, so that system will take this as first preference. Okay. So it need not to be always a strategy group, MRP group and item category plus MRP type. Okay. You see this source how system should consider. Okay. So we are making this now. Yeah. This is item type and MRP type strategy, which we already know actually, but if we want to make this as a first preference, then we can maintain origin of requirement as 1 here in this field. Next is define procedure in each schedule and category. Nothing but here we will activate the same thing again. You see that was opened somewhere already. Oh yeah, already I opened schedule in here, right? This. So that's the reason it's saying that it's locked by other user. So we need to activate these two, availability and requirement both. Okay, that it's the same thing. You will see the same thing. If I activate it here, it will go and activate there. Okay, and next block quantity confirmation in delivery blocks. Like this configuration says that, like say if we assign delivery block in sales order, then system will automatically cancel the confirmed quantities. Okay, so if we have a delivery block in sales order, so system will automatically cancel the delivered quantities here itself. Okay, like that can be if it's a credit limit, it will say order is blocked for credit. Next is maintain requirement for transfer of requirements. Which one? Okay, that one. See, we have a posting block, order block in sales order. You remember that is the first one field is there. Okay, or like say if the order is blocked for delivery, it can be by a credit block or it can be any other block. You see, political reason or whatever the reason, if the order is blocked for delivery, then I want to drop the confirmed quantities. We don't want to confirm the quantities for a blocked order. Okay, the reason can be anything which we maintain. In the same way, like we can even block into various places actually. Okay. If credit limit of any customer is exceeded and if the delivery is blocked for that customer for that sales order. Then confirmed quantities for that order will not be carried out. It will cancel the confirmed quantities, so that it will make again it will push the stock into the availability pool. Okay. Next is like requirement number for transfer of requirements. Like to transfer the requirements, it's the general is 101. Okay, like the requirement 101, what it controls is if order is blocked for credit, then system will cancel the confirmed quantities. This we will see again in lot of places. Requirement 101, just remember this is one is very important, and we'll have 102 also. 102 I guess we'll see in the next configuration. But what this requirement 101 will do is it will control if any order is blocked for credit, only for credit, then system will cancel the confirmed quantities. Earlier whatever we have seen here, it is it can be any reason, political reason, bottleneck reason, whatever it is. But here it is for the credit block. Okay, next is maintain requirements for purchase and assembly orders. That is make to order and IPO process in third party. You see 102 here, there is 101. Okay, see what this 101 says is, like say if order is blocked for credit in third party process and IPO process, then system will not generate purchase requisition. So that it will not generate purchase requisition. You can find this question in my 1000 questions. If order is blocked for credit, I don't want to raise PR. Okay, you just check in the third party questions, you will find this question, and this is very important, 102 and 101. Okay, this is the configuration actually for TOR as per the SD, but we have to know a little PP configuration. I see whether I mentioned in the document or not. Well, because MRP is totally about PP, right? So let me just check here whether it has PP configuration or not. TOR scenario. Yeah, we have PP configuration here. You can just go through the document itself. It's not necessary for us to know, but to just understand it. Earlier I was telling about the permutation and combination, the probability. Like here it comes. Here you see this is availability and this is requirement. In schedule line we need to activate both, and the requirement class we need to activate both. So if we want to perform the availability check, then we need to have 4 to be activated. These 4 we need to 4 indicators to be checked if we want to perform the availability. So if you want to just transfer the requirement, and then if you check the requirement in both the places is enough. That means if you want to only transfer the requirements, you don't want to perform any availability, then you need to check only requirement. You need not to check the availability here. This is for make to order. But if you want to perform the availability check, then we need to check the 4. Okay, this is the PP configuration. You see this SPRO production planning. This is one small configuration which need to be done. Okay, so that's it, the TOR. So just go through that immediately if possible today through these topics, because it's a lot of confusing. Even after this many years of working, still I confuse between MRP group, MRP type. Why? Because this checking rule, why? Because this terminology is very closely correlated and it confuses a lot. The KEB, KE 040041. We have lot of terminology in availability check than in any other topic. Okay. See, you see this question in third party process and IPO process, if order is blocked for credit, system will not generate PR. So where is the control? We have seen that control just now. Okay, this is the control. 101 PR is this 102. Okay. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll start the credit management. Okay, so most probably tomorrow we'll finish credit management. It's a big topic, but we'll manage to finish it tomorrow itself. Okay, it also has some important concepts. Okay, so we'll call it a day today. Yeah.